What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. I am Jess. Thanks for clicking on this video. It is week, I'm not sure, so I'll put on the screen here, but I am at the lake. I am in New Hampshire. For those of you that are new to the channel that are not familiar, I spend my summers at the lake. My parents live next door, and it's just nice to have family. It's nice to have, you know, the lake, and it's just, that's how I spend my summer. So you'll be seeing lots of Mom, and speaking of Mom, she just brought over breakfast, so I've got a clip for you real quick. Hello.
Well, hi.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm happy to be here.
I am happy that you're here.
What do you have here? I see you have something.
This is Ron's egg loaf that I make into the muffin pans, and then whatever's left over I freeze. So technically each one of these is an egg.
Oh.
And they're so delicious.
Zoom in on these here. Yum.
And I brought you
them
two.
for me?
Meals on Wheels.
So, yep, you'll be seeing some recipes with Mom. When I got here, she was a saint. She had dinners all ready for the first couple of days while we got settled. So I've got some good recipes that she introduced me to that I want to make with her on the channel. And also I have lots of fun stuff planned for this summer. Now, let's talk about the last week, the travel week, you know, getting here and getting set up so that it will make sense for the rest of the video. All of my videos last week were scheduled, so I'd film them ahead of time so I could travel, you know, get up here and get settled before, you know, I got back into my normal. Because although we are on vacation, my husband works remotely, so that's why we get to spend the summer here. Being that I work remote, I just need to bring my camera along, that kind of thing. That's why we can stay here as long as we can. And then when school starts back up, we head back to Texas for the next school year. So we take the summers off and we enjoy friends, families, you know, that kind of thing. However, that makes a very tempting environment for me, someone who's like an emotional eater. You know, I like to eat, I like to have a good time, like to have get-togethers, you know, see old friends. The people that come to visit us are usually on vacation, so they're in vacation mode despite us not technically being on vacation. We just move houses for the summer. So it just makes that environment that is real, it's tough. So I had planned a long ahead of time how I was gonna manage summer and that kind of thing, because in the past, being up here did kind of steamroll my progress, you know, so I can't let those excuses get in the way this time around. So remember, we are in June, the monthly challenge. I'm gonna put the goals, the 5 goals that I'm doing for the month of June to stay on track, because if I follow these things, I'm gonna be good. So the first thing is getting all the water in. I have well water here, it's delicious. Oh my gosh, the water. Getting my protein in. What I noticed from not truly hitting like the amounts of my protein goals that I normally have, you know, I'm in the 150 gram range of protein per day. That's just what I've been doing, and it's worked so well. It has made a lot of the crazy calm down. It's made a lot of that, you know, the ups and the downs of hunger. It's stabilized the blood sugar. You know, like just getting that protein in has been a game changer. So last week, as I'm packing for our trip, you know, getting everything done, traveling, protein goals were not hit. And I noticed for the first time where it starts, you know, that pinpoint of where things go wrong. Because sometimes it'll be a couple weeks, I'm like, what the heck happened when I got off track? So now after being in a weight loss journey for 4 years now, I can spot it now. And this is something that's cool. And that's why you have to stick with it. Even if you fail or you fall flat on your face and you regain weight, keep with it, because you're gonna learn so much more about yourself. And that's where I'm at right now. It's really cool. So with that said, lots of packaged processed foods on our way. Although keto, although high protein, although low carb, like all those things, something about they've got extra sweeteners, or I don't know what it does, but it just triggers me to have that need to graze all day or just keep eating. It does, like I gotta keep topping off the tank. You know, even though I'm full, I wanna top it off. So I did find that was interesting. Now, granted, that's why one of the main reasons I cut back big on the processed foods, whether it be keto or not. Still, the processed foods, if it comes out of a package, it's like one of those things, they have their role, but they have a temporary role. Like those can't be something I can rely on to keep my momentum going, because it's like one of those, it's not a gateway drug, but it's just one of the things that like just makes my day harder to stay on track when I have those things that trigger the urge to keep eating. So it's like a long way of saying those things trigger me. I just can't, I gotta stick to whole foods, like meat and vegetables and healthy fats. Like that's what the basics. So, and that's something that I have learned, being that the more I'm doing this journey, the more times I've fallen flat on my face, I can recognize it now, and that helps things really stop before they get out of control. Obviously I traveled for a week. I didn't lose any weight this week. It's kind of like I'm on the, almost, it's been a month since I've lost any weight, so it's like, it's that tipping point where I can either keep going in kind of not a self-destructive phase, but not ignoring the signs so that it self-destructs, or I'm like, okay, let's get this going and let's try something else. Let's snap out of it. Let's recognize the pattern, and this is when we make the change. And that's when you are on the right track. So, and the other thing is I miss eating all of my protein. I don't like having those emotional roller coaster moments, where I'm just hungry all the time. I'm more sensitive. I'm more like, not necessarily triggered, but like all of the emotions that come with the instability of eating like that. So when I have that protein as a goal and I'm hitting those numbers, I'm getting my water in, I'm getting out of the house, I'm moving my body, like it's just so much more calm. And that's what I want. I want that lifestyle. So that means I have to put that work in times like this, recognize how much that makes a difference in my journey. And also understand, by not doing those things, that's why the scale doesn't move. Or if it does move, it goes in the wrong direction. So with all that said, I went right to the grocery store, got my meats, got my vegetables, got my fruits for my kids to snack on, a healthy fat, stocked the pantry, set it up for success. Now, I wanted to see or put some feelers out there, because on that 2-day car trip up here, I've got a lot of time. It's a long car ride. It's a 27 total hour car ride over the 2 days. I rewatched old videos of mine when I started my journey. And those videos, to me, I know it's my story, so it should inspire me, but those videos really helped get me motivated and inspired and believing in myself again, because they were great to give just that little bit of a kick I needed to, like, all right, let's try some keto numbers for a while. And that's what I want to do for the next 6 weeks, is focus more on a high protein keto, meaning I'm going to try to get my body in ketosis. I have not made that a goal in probably over a year, maybe longer. Like, if there are days that I fall into ketosis because I just randomly did not eat a lot of carbs, I was focusing more on high protein, low carb numbers, which was not necessarily keto. So you can't get into ketosis unless those carbs are under 20, So where I've been low carb, high protein, that kind of thing, keto or getting into ketosis was not really important. Now, watching all of my old videos, I remember how good that felt, and I haven't done it in a while. So why not do a high protein keto right now? So that's what we're gonna do for the next couple of weeks. And if you wanna see like a total carb challenge, another thing I watched a bunch of my old videos, and I'll link here and just search my channel. But like, I looked through the total carb challenge. I looked at the, like all those previous weight loss challenges, and I was like, you know what? It's been a while, let's do this. And it's not doing it just for the weight loss. I'm doing it because it made me feel good and to prevent the triggers that make me, have those roller coaster emotions when I don't have to have them. Like, you're always gonna have ups and downs in your day, but when you add food emotions on top of that, that's when it gets so hard. And that's why I keep hitting walls. So, and that's why I go back to the things that have been making me feel good, because then I can manage real life in addition and have success, But if I'm already all over the place emotionally because of the food, then you add a stressful day and all the other things about life, No wonder nobody makes any progress. No wonder people give up. No wonder I've given up, and I don't want that for me. I want to make these new healthy habits and make them count. So, and that's when you change, and that's when you start making this a lifestyle, not a fad diet, or you're doing it for the right reasons kind of thing. So to make a long story short, comment below if you want to do like a total carb challenge where we stay under 20 or less. Maybe we want to do some intermittent fasting together. I was thinking, I haven't done any intermittent fasting in a while too. I liked how I did intermittent fasting. When you bump up the fat a little bit, you kind of can space out those meals a little bit longer, shorten the eating window. Because again, if you're in an environment like this where people are in this vacation mode, why not shorten my window? And when I'm fasting, I follow it, So if I'm fasting, they can drink all the alcohol they want or have all the Doritos they want, but I don't have to because I'm fasting, that kind of thing. So there's lots of cool things that I haven't done in a while that maybe we'll be seeing over the summer. And it's all about setting myself up for success. And it's all about building on these 5 things for the June monthly weight loss challenge. Being prepared, making the weekly menus. We live a half hour just one way from the nearest store. We are in the woods in the middle of nowhere on a lake here. So I have to plan. If I forget one thing, it's an hour round trip just in the travel time if I can't remember it. So making a menu, planning a shopping list, all of that matters when you're in the woods. So, and then again, the more I get out of the house and get on the lake and use the paddleboard, use the canoe, go water skiing, go to the beach, go swimming, go walking around the lake, get out of the house. The longer I'm in the house, the closer I am to the pantry, and it's just not a good situation. So get out of the house and experience life. So change those experiences that you normally would make with the pantry and have new ones out of the house that are not food related. So that's just what the goal is for me for the next couple of weeks. And that is gonna be, how do I say this? If I really want to keep the scale moving down, I want to finish this weight loss journey, hopefully by the end of this year. Like I want to get this weight off. I'm close. Things are moving again. And it matters now because what I'm doing now matters in 6 months. It will determine if I make those goals, that kind of thing. So, and it comes down to where's the focus and what's important, because whatever you're focusing on in that moment is what's the reality. And that's where I'm like, dude, I hate that, but it's so true, So so that is the video for this week. I will be posting at least 2 videos a week, Mondays and Fridays, minimum. I may have more, but I have a lot of recipes that I also, being a 2-day car ride, there was a lot of, looking through my phone and just to pass time. I read a really good book. Side note, I read The Measure. Let me put that up here. That's a great book. I read that in the whole car ride. So highly recommend. And I'm still reading. And that's something I've taken on this year since January. I'm just making a point to read books, just find other ways for pleasure, So, but after I read that book, I had lots of time to scroll through and get recipes and get stuff to start and try once I got here. So I have a bunch of recipes that I've penciled down and we're gonna make together and review and see if they're any good. So I got lots of fun stuff. I got a whole summer ahead of me and business as usual going forward with lots of videos and lots of my parents joining and making appearances. So I will see you at the next one. Thanks for watching. Comment below if you want to do a challenge with total carbs or protein or carnivore or something. Just comment below and let's get this done. I'm Jess, you're watching Keto Rewind. Bye!